electrically charged situation. Usually a good idea to walk away from it. It's called a strategic withdrawal. It's called not being stupid. I got to go all the way back to Hood River, and then from Hood River, I guess I got to go to the north end of Portland. And then, of course, hopefully those folks are there. David and Katie Saltzman. Hey, Jamie. And then hopefully we'll be able to locate them and their kids. What else we got going on? Quite a bit. As far as everything that I had to do in town here, I've already done it all. I came back here to give a lady a ride, and other than not being able to find my cigarettes, not much else here for me at the moment. I'm hoping something gets done about the several situations here in the Dalles. And of course, upon reviewing what's on my YouTube channel, I'm sure they'll have a lot of questions. As far as being yelled at and called a rat. Well, yeah, sure, I'll take it. Better than a cockroach. When it comes to your body, your choice, I support that fully. I really do. But that's your body, not somebody else's. When it comes to somebody else's, you don't have the right to do certain things. There are certain things it is not okay to force on another human being. And it don't matter, you've heard the excuses out here. Oh, it's family, it's family. And that's why family is the number one predators in most of these situations. People make the excuse of it's somehow magically okay because it's family. No. That's not intelligent. That's not using your brain. God, my back's still fucking killing me. Also, the parking space that I'm parked in, it's right next to a Hispanic bakery. They got some really, really bomb food. But that's because it's attached to the same building as the quasi-homeless shelter they got here. And I feel bad for the guy because a lot of times there's people out here doing, well, we could say God knows what, but really, I mean, you get to see it in the videos yourself. It is how I say it is. These drugs do exist, and so do the bodies. Have a cigarette before I head out, if I can find them. goes that fella in there goes. That I guess runs the place. I'm glad he took charge the way that he did. I'm sure that's probably why Anita told me to go talk to you. But if you're gonna try to pressure me to do the man thing, and you're gonna tell me that the man thing is hurting people or forcing someone's will, no, absolutely not. That is everything that I speak out about. Everything, right there in a nutshell. I can support your body, your choice. If you want to go eat a poison oak leaf, well, I'm not doing it to you. I'm not forcing you to do it. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your life as far as that goes. I may tell you what I wish you'd do instead. But if you're going to tell me that you're going to do horrible things to other people, and so many of these folks who claim that they would help me, even knowing how much that freaks me out and shuts me down, kept on telling me about the people that they've hurt, the people they want to hurt, the people they're going to hurt, the people they would hurt. Yeah, I thought you were going to help me, and all you're doing is talking about yourself and hurting people. No, I'm not okay with that. All these folks, you can hear it in our conversations, they admit that they know that that freaks me out, that that's not productive, it isn't helping. But they do it anyway. It must be my fault, right? I chose for people to do this. I chose it. Yeah. Must be. Oh, here's half one already. I must have chose it because of my anatomy, right? Because of my skin color, it can't be happening, right? Because of my gender, of course, I could never be victimized because I don't have the right gender. Or, of course, nobody would ever commit a crime against me. I must just be mentally ill. Especially after the slander that I'm abused over. Folks want to be angry at me now because I record everything. There's a reason I record everything, because people are fucking liars. People also make mistakes. Which is it? When people want to tell me I'm making excuses, no, I shall prove. When people want to say, Sean, you don't take responsibility for anything, really? I take responsibility for everything that I do. You know why? Because I did it. And that's where these other folks are having their issues. Sure, they could say it to me, but couldn't say it to anybody else. Kind of like a lot of these women saying they can't call the cops. Cops won't listen. Well, they'll listen to you before they'll listen to me. Of course, when they got busted lying and manipulating and playing games, mostly for the same shit, the people who quasi stick up for Jamie here, they still go to the same fucking meth dealers. The same guys who run this place like a prison yard. These women can't work together to get the paperwork done, to empower each other to get out of this situation. They can't work together for that. But of course, if you threaten their meth supply. No guarantee. And while all this is going on, who's victimized over it? It's people like Jamie. How many times do you think people have dosed her? How many times do you think people have slipped stuff into her drink? You tell me to mind my business. Well, you know what? If I mind my business, this stuff continues, and these people continue their behavior, and they think it's okay. It goes unchecked, and they do it again. It doesn't go away like you pretend it does. It doesn't just magically disappear because you want it to, or because you want to look the other way. It magically didn't happen, or because you want to pretend it didn't happen, that it didn't happen. Well, that's where the recording comes in handy. It shows the truth of it. It shows that when I get this nastiness from all of you as a sponge, I spew it back. I let you know exactly how it feels. You get to hear me screaming that hateful shit. Well, sort of. What's the whole point of that? It's called projection. There's different types of projection. There's projecting your sins on others. That's not what I do, but that's what you pretend that I do. And then there's projecting your emotions onto others. If somebody's doing something that makes you feel a particular way, how wrong is it to make them feel that way? Depends on your gender, and it depends on your skin color, and it depends on regionally where you live. It's getting pretty warm, so I don't want to travel far. I'll probably travel to, I don't know, the direction of Fred Meyer, and then I'll head the direction of Hood River from there. I'll probably stay there for a day or two, long enough to try to, I don't know. I'm not sure what the right thing is to do in this situation.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I do know that it's not okay to put drugs in somebody's system who doesn't want them there. It's not okay to ninja dose anybody. I'm lucky that youngin', his name is Brent, and he's from here in the Dalles. I'm lucky that he did that with meth instead of with acid. I'm lucky that there was no fentanyl in him. I'm lucky I'm not dead. Ugly tattoo, right? I did that myself. It's unfinished. It's a dead angel. God, now that I'm fucking sweating, I'm getting itchy and scratching off dead skin. But mostly dirt. There's a way to protect these folks, and there's a way not to. With the establishment, inside of the establishment, it's one situation, but out here it's entirely another. Out in the lot, like I said, it's run like a prison would. These people aren't addicts. Addicts hate or spite. They don't do it to piss you off. They're not addicts because they choose to be, and to some degree you can argue that. But then again, what's the nature of addiction? I've seen nearly everybody out here take their shit out on Jamie. Nearly everyone out here. Like Anita said, they all take it out on her, every one of them. She's the easiest to take it out on. What happens if you remove Jamie? Who's the next easiest to victimize? Remove them, alright, who's the next easiest to victimize? They're always going to find someone. But you can can reduce that by, instead of wasting time on programs that only send you on to another program who sends you on to another program, call this place, to call this place, to call this place, for them to tell you to call this place, to call this place, to call this place. You're always on the phone and you never get anywhere. And then you're told that you never tried. You never tried. You do it how they tell you to do it, and they tell you you did it the wrong way. I don't have the addictions, it means that I can do things that other people won't. There's a lot of things that people that I thought were supposedly good people, because of their own sins, were afraid to come forward about my situation. Well, like Desiree says, let's get it all out on Front Street. If you won't hear it from me, you can hear it from the internet. If I'm not worth listening to, well, that's not going to stop me from saying it. I'm under no obligation to hear you out, especially when you don't hear me out. Your conspiracy theories. I don't want to listen to you talking about your conspiracy theories about Natalie for hours on end, or texting me for weeks or even months on end about your conspiracy theories. We should look at the evidence. Stop speculating and look at the evidence. Look at all of the evidence, and that includes mine. Being victimized for the crimes of others, that sucks. Being forced to commit crimes to get someone to take a look, that's worse. But as we all know, if there's a child in a hot car, you have the right to break that window. Yes, you may get charged with vandalism, which is why it is important to record it. Record what you are doing. That doesn't mean that they'll allow it in court. If that's a rich SOB who's friends with the judge, there's a possibility that you're going to prison because you broke a window. It happens. But if you care about human life, you already know that risk. And you take that risk anyway because that human life is worth it. Most of y'all already relegated people like Jamie to the trash heap. They're your throwaways. Those who are different. Those who are glitched according to your way of thinking. It's very sad. It's sad to see it, it's sad to live it. It's sad that so many people don't make a connection. Natalie and I had to live the same bullshit. Different places, different eras, different perspectives, different rights, different expectations. Same abuse. Over and over again. For the same reasons. Nobody was going to do anything about Ted Bollinger because Natalie cut on herself over his abuse. And she got the mentally ill tag, same as me. And you know what? Natalie and I were going to fight to change that. But her and her sister fighting over a boy, that changed the dynamics entirely. Natalie did whatever her sister wanted. no matter what Natalie had, Alicia wanted it. And Natalie would get everything that she had to see Alicia happy. But no matter what, Alicia was never happy. Yeah, I'll be able to rearrange stuff in my car so that it's more safe to drive than it was trying to make room for another human being. When I thought it was just a couple of miles, it wasn't too big of an issue. But when it became, well, over half a tank of gas now, that is an issue. And now I'm worried about that lady because she's in an area where people really, really, really fucking don't like her. All right. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.